Hi everybody, Gisele Grenier here from artplace.ca. Now, this is kind of a different thing that I'm doing. I just created a background and I have this baby wipe here that's got all this paint on it. And I've got my experimental journal here. And I've got my palette. And what I'm going to do is I scraped off as much excess paint as I could, okay? And then just basically I just go into my experimental journal and I just basically put everything in here, okay? Then I'll just kind of flip to another page. And you can put wax paper in between. And I can take this and, whoopsie. And I would basically just, clean off the palette, okay? Well, what do I do with this? And I thought, as I was doing this, I could see my handprint in here. So look at this. This is really kind of cool. Now, these are unprimed pages, okay? But this is all where I do a lot of my experimenting. I'm going to take my hand, and I have to stand up for this. Take my hand, push really, really hard. Don't move your hand. And wait a couple of seconds to do this. Now, you can put gloves on for this if you want. DNA. And then I'll go on to the other side with my other hand. And this is why painter's glove really will, clean up my hands, because these are the phthalo greens and phthalo blues, and they're very heavy staining. There you go, look at that. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. And you can do this. I can even go on here and just do a couple more. Oh, see, that's running out. Now, what you could do is this. Now, I would do this part here because this is just an experimenting journal. I really don't care what goes on in here. But if you're going to actually do this on a canvas or masonite or gesso board or anything, those types of hard substrates, you're fine. But if you're doing this on paper, other than terra skin is fine because it's not made from trees or water or bleach. It's actually made from stone, so that's fine. But paper, tree-based paper, you really should have this primed before doing this if you're doing a formal piece. I can spray water on this. Okay. Not quite enough. And then push my hand in there. Let's see if there's enough pigment that's going to come out. Oh, a little bit. A little bit. There we go. Oh, I just came up with another idea. Gesso. I love doing all these experiments. And again, these are not primed pages. Take this, right on top of the gesso. And I should use my brayer for this, but just going to lightly scrape. And some of the color transferred over. Splat. Neat, eh? Now, with this here, what I will do is I will let this dry, and I will actually use this as texture, to use for texture in a either on a canvas or a hard substrate. Whether I'm getting away from using actual stretch canvases because I'm preferring to work on terra skin. I can stretch the terra skin over my frame supports, but this would be actually nice to build up a piece, an artwork piece that's like three-dimensional or multimedia, because you can, when it goes onto your substrate, you can even do this in your art journal, but you can put your medium on there, which is your adhesive. I like using matte medium, and you lay that on top, and then you can actually push this together to create some nice texture. So if you were doing a multimedia piece, let's say of a person with fabric or something, you could actually, sketch the person out, and then let's say if this was curtains, you could actually lay this, cut holes, put string, and you can actually make curtains like this, and then you could put your person right in front. So don't throw this stuff away. You can even, with the glue, the medium underneath, and you just kind of spread this out, and then you can smush it a little bit. But these are great, and it's a truly one of a kind, because you'll never be able to do this again with this particular type of pattern and look. And even the back side. Look how beautiful that is. That actually is that's a really, really nice one. I'm not gonna use that piece. I'm gonna use this piece. So this is just a quick little video to show you what you can do with all your rags and stuff like that. If you really get creative, tie these in a knot and then wipe the paint and untie it. It'll be like tie-dye. But there you go. Look at that. The whole purpose of doing these backgrounds and experimenting is so you don't have to work on a white page. Because sometimes just working on a blank page is quite intimidating. And you kind of... Stuff like this is just creative. And I can kind of do this. I can even take this and then just draw. If I think of a seascape, there's a beach and palm trees here, and and there's a sun, but you can do so much. But now these are beautiful. So I'm going to put that aside to dry. But just a little idea for you to how to get some use out of all your paper towels, baby wipes, or Clorox wipes.